Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. YouTube, it's messing with me. So anyway, here we are. Today we're going to be working on this Macintosh SE, not SE30, regular SE logic board. And basically this thing is throwing up a sad Mac error, and it changes which sad Mac error is. And if you look in the video description, I say exactly what the numbers are. I forget what it is off the top of my head. It's like 0000. 7 zeros and a 3 or 7 zeros and an A or something like that. So most of the time when you see those kinds of issues, you can say, oh, it's the RAM. Let's change the RAM. Let's just fix, swap out your RAM and everything will be good. Reseat your RAM. Always try that. That's a nice easy one. But we don't have that. And right now, let's see right here on the BigBadBench, we have an actual working SE logic board with RAM that we're testing, and right now we've gone through 11 cycles of the RAM test on Snooper. This board works totally fine, and so we know we have good RAM, and so let's show you what happens when we switch to something else that might not have good RAM, or well, switch to a different board, the board that's angry. Sorry, let me shut this down. I really don't need to shut this down. We're in System 6. You don't need to shut down System 6. You just shut that guy off. Sorry, I was doing some other testing on this too. So while I switch this out, shut this off. Say hi to folks in the chat. We got Hardware Hacker. We got Samuel Flint. Hello, Samuel Flint. Welcome to the channel. We got All Things DG, Trina's Techno Babble, Gut Bomb is here, Bree Standard is here. Hello everyone, thanks for hanging out here today. So, also, oh shoot, hey, it's pseudo memes. Hello. I forgot what this thing is called again, Gut Bomb. Oh my god, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I remembered it before the stream and now I forget. This is designed by Ron so that you can work on your Macs boards like the SE and the SE30 outside of the system. All right, so let's take this RAM because we know this is good RAM. The SE Combo PicoVid. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. And you can get that at jcm-1.com. Really useful little tool for doing this kind of thing. So this adapts the power and video signal dealy and puts it so that you can do VGA out, and that's what we're doing here. All Things DG, the Mac Pico Display Video Exposer. That's a good term too. So this board I've had for a while, and I originally had it set up aside, and I didn't really care that it wasn't working. But I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff together to just sell and get the heck up out of the BigBadBench. So I came back across this and I want to get it fixed. So there we go. So the weird thing about this is that the number changes, and like I said, if you look in the video description, there's the different signal, the different errors that I get show up, and that's the only ones I've found. Maybe we'll come across another one right now when we do this. But you never know. All right, so let's see what this does. And as Gutbomb says, adapter to make it work on a 128/512 plus coming very soon. Yes, that's very useful. No, I don't like being in big bad debt. And also, I just have too much crap. I got to get rid of crap. All right, so let's see what happens here. If we hit 3, 2, 1. Get our regular chime, and what happens on the video? Hey, Kai Robinson, hello. Okay, so on this one, let's do this. We're getting 7 zeros and a 3, 4 zeros and FFFFF. Okay, so that's the error we get there. Let's see what happens. Do we get a different one if we reset it? No, that's the same one. Same one. All right, let's see what happens if we go. Oh yeah, Did you do, yeah, you did a SE reloaded board, didn't you? And I would imagine you would have schematics for that. I brought up the schematics today, but I brought up the original schematics, which are an old GIF and look terrible, but it's fine. It'll get us, it'll get us there. So here's some different RAM. What happens when we try this different RAM? So this one is 7 zeros and an F, and 7 zeros and an A. So it's a different code with different RAM in there. So let's think about, let's look at the schematic. So in general, I think this is a data bus error, okay? So if we go, oh my God, where's the thing? There we go. If we look at the schematic, oh yeah, that's another great thing. I think Adrian spent a long time futzing around let's go back to here. If you have your jumper set wrong on early SE boards, let's grab this one. On early SE boards, this is a resistor. On later SE boards, it's a jumper. If you have this set wrong, you can get all kinds of weird errors. And so this is all right. Also, I soldered the resistor back on. I put in 256K sims, and the error persisted. Okay, and so if we look at the schematics, where did I put those schematics? There's the schematics. You love how simple the SE is, and so basically over on the left, can you see my? Yeah, you can see my cursor. Over on the left here, we have our sims, and then we have this thing. This is the gate array, okay? And then we have these LS245s that are on the data bus, and then we have the 257s, which are the address bus. And so I think from the error codes that we're mostly dealing with the data bus. The issue is that the gate array, which is a custom chip, could potentially also be an error, be a problem. But the nice thing about the gate array, that's this guy right here, is that it's swappable. Okay, so the first thing, let's try swapping the gate array. I have a fresh kinky SE board that someone maybe should populate one day. Nice. A Kai. Did I say it was a kinky SE? Oh, shiny. Kai reloaded board. Nice. Sprint layout, see how where the traces go. No, it's okay. This is good enough for our purposes. We're gonna futz around. We're gonna do this the wrong way. So like, if you watch an Adrian video, he thinks about like numbers and digits. We're doing this the low-tech, John's not really good with electronics kind of way. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip these 245s off, because I have a feeling it's not this. Okay, so let's swap our gate array first. We're gonna do this the old school, because John doesn't understand electronics and thinking about significant bits and whatnot. We're gonna try it my way. I know how to solder. I don't know how to read bits. So, oh, and Kai is sort of agreeing with me. The ASIC rarely goes wrong. That's this guy. You want to look at the resistor networks. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about the resistor networks. Look at the 257s and 245s. Yeah, so the 257s and 245s are logic chips that are standard. We can replace those if they're bad. So let's go with that. But thinking about those resistor networks, that's also really smart. I didn't even think about that, because I rarely think they go wrong, but whatever. And that the BBU in the Classic is the same as the SE. That's pretty neat. Okay, so here we go. We've got all zeros and an F, all zeros and an A. So that's the same error. It seems like maybe the errors kind of trace what kind of RAM you put in there. So we know that's not a problem. So, or, well, it's not the major problem anyway. So that swapping that out didn't change it. So let's, oh, I should have turned on the Moo gun earlier. Who else got here? Hey, it's Jamie's Hack Shack is here. Nice. And Callan is here. Hello. Hello, everyone. Jamie's Hack Shack. I don't know when that video just came out, but he has another HackerBox video, and it's got a very pretty screen. You want to check that out. I didn't leave a comment. Sorry, Jamie. Normally I leave a comment and say, yeah, this is cool, but don't enter me in your giveaways. He always gives them away. How cool is giving things away? So I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, but I'm guessing that it's these LS245. So let's do those. I don't know off the top of my head about these resistor packs what their format is. Oh, let's see. Okay, so basically it looks like the resistor packs are set up in pairs. We could do that. We could look at these while the Moo gun is warming up. So let's look at our resistor packs. So that's over here, these guys, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pins, and I think they're all arranged in pairs. If that's how the schematics look. Hey, Jack in the Shop, welcome to the channel. Hey, I find these old computers very productive. 40, 40, 40. Get Microsoft Word 5 on one of these things. You can type very productively. 40. So yeah, based on the schematic, it looked like these were arranged in pairs like this, and that's what this is looking like. So they all look pretty good. Hardware Hacker asked, how's the big bad burn? Yeah, I burned my arm pretty bad last Friday, and it's so bad I went to the doctor. I never go to the doctor. This is one of those situations where I say, don't do what I do what I say. Go to the doctor if you have a problem. But yeah, I actually went to the doctor, and he's like, yeah, that looks bad. So, got some antibiotics. Should be fine eventually. It's gonna take a little while. That's exactly, as they said on The Simpsons, don't do what Donnie Don't does, or Johnny Don't does in this situation. Okay, Moo gun's warmed up. Let's just go ham and let's unsolder all these. And of course, if we look closely here, you can see they're all bent over, which always makes desoldering things fun. So, yeah, Callum, this one wasn't a soldering burn. This one, I was working on my car and laid my arm against the exhaust manifold. So that was not good. And I didn't quite realize it at the time. Apparently you don't have many heat sensors on the back of your arm, because I didn't pull away right away. Okay, as you can see, I'm not super great with the desoldering arm, or the desoldering gun. I often will leave some stuff in there. So, and even if it looks like all the solder comes out clean, I always use hot air to remove my chips afterwards. It just makes the process way less likely that you're gonna rip out a trace. And so, I don't know. So what I'm doing is I'm laying the desoldering station, or the tip there on the big part of the pad, and then I'm using the tip to bend the lead back, because all these leads are bent over. I can see, I'm gonna try to show you. See how that one's been, we're on number 2 here. I do this, bend that back once it melts. Work nicely. I even cleaned out my desoldering gun today. It's been a little while. And last week I did that Color Classic logic or analog board. You basically fill up your desoldering gun with one of those. Yeah, so Trina's streaming this afternoon at 3. We should definitely be done by then. I never like to go more than, well, if I go 2 hours, I'm pretty exhausted after. So we will definitely be done by 3. But I think tomorrow, are you working on your XT motherboard, Trina? But she invited me to be a guest on her stream. And I said yes. And if she is working on that XT motherboard, oh, don't do that. Don't scrape your desoldering gun across your motherboard, logic board. That's bad. I'm gonna break out the Commodore PC 20 XT. I'll work on an XT board at the same time she works on an XT board. The 1660 Super that I want to work on, Gutbomb? Is that what you're referring to? I still haven't worked on that card yet. I want to do it on a stream, but I've been focused on trying to like get all this stuff together. I have too many computers disassembled in my workshop right now. I think I have about 8 different computers disassembled right now. And actually this, well, not this particular SE, but the one that we were looking at earlier, that was the SE that I bought that had the 68030 accelerator in it, that just had some kind of animal just go nuts inside there or on it or whatever. That was the worst smelling computer I've ever worked with. But that's all been cleaned up, and that's one of the computers that I'm getting ready to put together so I can sell, not with the accelerator. I'm keeping that accelerator. Okay, so we're going with 350 degrees. You can sort of do these from either side. Normally I do it from the other side. Let's be a little silly. No, actually, let's stay on the other side. Let's stay on the other side with this one. I'm gonna use this power supply as our stand because we're super high tech here. I'm gonna start with the bottom one. So like I said, I don't, all the solder didn't come out of there. That's fine. So what we're gonna do is just heat these up and really make sure to melt things nicely. I'm gonna put my forceps in there, and I'm just like applying a little pressure. I'm not really ganking on this at all. Just enough pressure that we know that once it's heated up, that it'll start moving. So just be patient. This can take a while. You know, a lot of times you see people on videos do this kind of stuff and it just happens so quickly. Well, sometimes videos are sped up. This process can take a while. You gotta be patient. Hey, Francois Raval, hello. He's in the middle of a repair cafe. That's awesome. I used to do a portable repair cafe. Before COVID, we would go to different bars and stuff and set up shop and just repair whatever people brought into us. Haven't done that since COVID though. I don't mind hitting the like button. That would be swell. It's good karma. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who the heck knows? Especially when you get these leads that are bent over. You never know if it's just like the solder holding stuff together or is it the pressure from the leads. That's why it's always a good idea. I always heat stuff up as I'm taking the pins out. There's one. Uh-oh. It's possible that I think I have my air conditioning on a different circuit. Yeah, it's possible we'll lose it. I hope not. Hope all of you in hot areas are doing all right today. It is disgusting out there. I should be doing work outside, but between my arm and the heat, like screw it, I'm staying in today. Gonna work on computer stuff. Hey, Adam Baranek, hello. Yeah, when there's something else causing the chip to stick, it can really throw you off. It's always fun when you trying to get those resistors and capacitors off of the boards that Apple glued them to. It's like, is my solder really melted or is it the glue? Hey, Thomas Armstrong. Hello, Carthor. Sorry if I've missed anyone else. Kind of focused on this. Uh, 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know my conversions. I know 37 is 98.6. So 30, what would that be, like 90 degrees Fahrenheit? Freedom units. Oh, Gutbomb's got another video coming? Are you kidding me, bro? Gutbomb is a video producing machine. And his shit is good. His shit is real good. Okay. Got all those chips out. See how long that took? Took a little while. Alright, so what are our options here? I guess the first option that we can go with, let's go with the high-tech solution. So I think it's gonna be 95 degrees here today. I don't know what temperature it currently is. Let's grab, since I have this is sort of like cheat mode, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I've not worked on a computer that old since before COVID. Nice. 15 before COVID. Good. So let's use our Retro Chip Tester Pro. And we should be able to see if these chips are good. I have noticed that there are times where this will tell me the chip is good and it does not function, with regard to logic chips anyway. The chip will not function properly. Normally it's like, yeah, if this shows it's bad, then you know it's bad. What I'm doing here is just straightening out these legs. You can see like how they were all bent over and stuff. So 91 Fahrenheit in Charlotte today. It's cooler in the south than it is in New England. How ridiculous is that? Okay. Gonna just melt these a little bit. There is some residual solder on these guys, so I'm just gonna flow out that solder. Need to clean my tip. As Thomas Armstrong says, under load and speed, TTL can go south. Yeah, we don't stress it so much out in the Retro Chip Tester Pro. Oh, sorry, I went off camera. Just melting these a little bit. Cleaning it up. And you can also use like solder braid to clean this up real nice, but I just want them to be clean enough that we can stick them in the chip tester. All right, so now we got to look for logic chips. 74 logic chips. And this is a 245. If you have one of those chip programmers, you can also use that. That's 245. Oh, this is saying it's fine. This is saying this one's fine. Oh yeah, those thermal pads that they use, just one application and it's done. Oh no, it's telling me the 245s are fine. Oh no. Alright. Well, that's fun. Alright, let's throw some sockets on this. Oh shoot, do I have sockets? Oh, we might be end of the stream already if I didn't have the sockets. I better have some sockets. What are these? Tip 20s. There we go. Okay, whew. We got sockets. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. We got sockets. All right, so let's check. Let's go under the microscope and check our holes, our vias, our solder joint places. Where's our microscope? There's our microscope. And we are way out of focus and totally in the wrong spot. Let's see here. What is going on? Why is nothing aligning? Here we go. All right, that's not too bad. Oh, come on. That's almost in focus, right? Let's turn our brightness down. Okay, there we go. I have the sockets, Bree. It's okay. It's okay. We're all right. I'm almost out of flux. I might have to stop doing streams if I run out of flux. I got to remember to order flux. So we're going to use the microscope to just take a look at all these. We're going to take this out with our solder braid, hopefully. We'll see. All right. So I'm kind of marking which ones need to be cleaned out with the stuff. There's get some of these solder braid out. Clean my tip. So 3 rules to stream, John. What are those 3 rules? 1, wear gloves, clean your tip, and order flux. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. That did a nice job. Good job, solder braid, desoldering braid, solder wick, whatever you want to call this stuff. What do people call this? What do you think is the right term for this stuff? Oh, look at that. That cleaned out nice. It almost looks like we know what we're doing here. For those of you that have joined the stream for the first time, we have no idea what we're doing here. And that we is the royal we, as in me. Silkscreen remover. That's a good one, Bree. Is my microphone still doing weird things? I did check the archive of the stream and I did notice it clicking. I hope my microphone's not dying. I really don't want to buy another microphone right now. That one's got too much in it. Too much solder in there. Yeah, it's staticky. Damn it. Oh, I have an idea. All right, let me try something here in a second. That one's empty, that one's empty. I think this one's still got stuff in it. Oh, no, I think that's it. I think that's out. That's empty now. Let's grab a pokey thing and go in there. Try repairing your microphone on stream. I don't think so. Nope. That is not. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fill this one back up. This one is fighting us. So we're gonna fill you back up. And then we're gonna clean our tip. And then we are gonna get the solder pult. Oh, why are you fighting me? Oh, the solder pult did not. I think that needs to be clean. Yeah, you can also just do it that way. I'll come back from the other side. Thomas Armstrong's way. Just hit it with hot air and put the socket in. So that's definitely a way to do it. The solder gets away from you. It runs and hides. What is going on here? It was doing so good at the beginning. Oh my gosh. I got overconfident. Around. Man, that's bad. Look at me. That's awful. Hit it from this side. I did not clean my solder pult. Oh, that one sounded all right. All right, let's try the solder pult. Normally it doesn't fail me. This one's probably a ground, which is why it's... I'm sure Kai probably knows the pin out of a 245. There we go. Like, of course that's where the ground is. How do you not know where the ground is? So the reason I think this is also, I forgot to say earlier, one of the reasons I think this is a chip problem and not a trace issue is because it is somewhat variable. The location, like the nature of the error seemed to change. Okay. Let's see if these go in nicely. Nice. Okay, that one's in. Oh, there's one that's being a little crazy. Oh, yep, that one's a little dirty. A little dirty. It's okay. We'll get you. There we go. Daughter told me that the clouds at the end of the valley are really smoke. That's sad. We had Canadian wildfire smoke last week. It's pretty intense here. Okay. So everything is in. I'm using pliers to apply a little pressure to those sockets to keep them sort of located. And I'm just going to hit a couple of the traces. Or legs. Sorry, this next bit is going to be out of focus while I put my hand underneath here and apply pressure to each side just to make sure, yep, that needed to go in more. Okay, that's good. Let's check this one. Nope. No, we're not even in frame. There we go. Okay. So they are all in place now. So let's do this. Beep, beep, beep. This has been relatively painless so far. Is this painful to watch? Or just boring? Ah, man, I really thought it was going to be those 245s. We're still going to do one more test, because like I said, sometimes the retro chip tester kind of fails us. So we're going to pull some 245s off of a working Mac Plus board just to really confirm. There probably is also a way to look at like activity on the board and figure out which line. That would be a smarter way using the oscilloscope. But this way, hunt and guess. There's only so many logic chips available on this board. All right, back to here. Okay. So, sockets in. Let's put our sims back on. We got sims flying everywhere. I have so many sims that I tried in this board just to verify that 100% that was not the problem. So this is one of my Mac Plus logic boards where I've replaced, well, I've socketed most of the important chips. And so what we're gonna do is pull the 245s off of here. You'll notice that there's 257s and 245s. So there's bits that have been recycled. And I mean, even if you look at newer boards, you'll see 245s, 257s in a lot of places, I think. I think 245s. We're going to be doing a 2CI repairathon this Saturday. I have 4 2CI boards that are in various states of ugly. So that'll be fun. Oh, I should have left the sims off first. Okay. All right. So these were the ones that tested okay in the retro chip tester. These are the ones off of the Mac Plus. Boop. Boop. Okay. This. Okay. 2CI suicide watch. Yeah, they can be something. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Chime. Oh, we got our same error message, F and an A, right? Yeah, that's one of the ones that we saw before, right? Yeah, that's one of the ones we saw before. Okay, so it's not the 245s. Well, that's interesting. So I'm gonna say now that we've got to go on to the 257s. So let's shut that off, that. So now we got to go to these guys. Take these off. These are fewer pins, so hopefully that should go a little bit smoother. Just got 64 megs of RAM for his Quadra 700 in the mail. Nice, yeah. Memory Masters. I think you mentioned that the other day. Like, always going to Memory Masters, and I look back at my history, and I've ordered a lot of stuff from Memory Masters too. My tip was getting loose. Sorry. All right, Thomas Armstrong says the 257s are a good bet. Look at how clean that is. That is about as clean as this thing gets. No hardware hacker. I said it was not going to be a simple sim fix. Hey, SN Aviation. They're the address decoders. Yeah, I think that's correct. Like I said, I'm still learning. You know, I've only been doing this kind of thing for 3 years. So as far as, I mean, I've done soldering and stuff my whole life, but learning about architecture of logic boards and stuff like that. I'm very, very new to this thing, so. I think the 257s, is that what they call a mux? So again, doing this thing, heating it up, and then using the desoldering iron to pull the tip straight once the solder melts. I put stuff on top of my Mugun station. I always think I should not leave stuff on my Mugun station because the vibrations make it fall off. At least I stopped putting liquid on top of my Mugun station. Okay. That one's still got. That one's still got a lot of solder in it. Alright, well, we'll work it. It'll be okay. Alright. Here we go. Gonna just put these in here. Again, I'm not gonna apply a lot of pressure. Yeah, I have the Anasty ZD915. That was a very kind channel donation from Gutbomb. I don't have a fancy one. If he didn't donate that, I'd still probably be using the solder pult for most of my desoldering because of just how much I love the solder pult. But when you have this many pins to deal with, the desoldering, the Muguns do tend to help speed things up quite a bit. Also, when you're having to straighten pins like this, it definitely helps with that kind of thing. There we go. Come on out. Come on out. You know you want to come out. Guy doesn't want to come out. Top side came out easy. Bottom is holding on for dear life. Again, you don't want to apply a whole lot of pressure to this. You just want to let it do it itself. Come on, you jerk. Come on, you jerk. That last pin. That must have been like the ground plane. Over here too. There it goes. There you go. Good job, little board. Whew. Yeah, that one is definitely touched the ground. Wow. Okay, there we go. Got them desoldered before the electric cutout. That's always an achievement. Alright, so again, we're gonna do these. Straighten them out. How weird would it be if it were actually the CPU? It's like, I'm a 68K processor that never ever dies. I'm gonna die and futz with you. I'm totally gonna futz with you, John. Hey, it's Mac 84. How you doing, Steve? How are you doing with your torturing of an SE this afternoon? Yeah, so we pulled out the 245 chips, and the Retro Chip Tester Pro said they were fine. We swapped in 245s from a known good board, and we still got the same error. So now what we've done is we pulled out the two 57s. Check those in the Retro Chip Tester Pro. Just clean up the legs a little bit before we stick it in there. Thomas Armstrong says, how does an SE board fail? I know exactly. Like, when this one started giving me issues, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? SE boards are tanks. Like, I think SEs are the perfect, like, if you just want to start getting into the retro Mac scene, grab yourself an SE, because 1,000 times out of 100, they're going to be fine. You'll never have an issue with them. Most of them don't need their power supplies recapped or logic boards. I mean, it doesn't hurt to. Some of them starting to, but most of the time they're tanks. All right. Boop. Yes. $257. Multiplexer, yeah, there we go. MUX, that's what MUX stands for, is multiplexer. So there we go, let's see. Oh, it says it's fine, it says it's fine. Oh, oh. Yeah, dog. Oh, I put it in backwards. Oh. That doesn't help. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. I thought I was gonna do it. I thought we found it. Oh, golly. Oh, golly. All right. Well, let's toss some sockets in here. We'll pull 257 out of another board. That's true, Adam Baranek. That's how I got this plus board that has so many sockets. I was trying to figure out a problem, and that was the only way I could do it. So, let's see what we have here. So that one's dirty, and that one's dirty. Hey, Jeff Gearling, hello. Yeah, we hope we can turn this sad Mac back into a happy Mac. Oh, Sodapult, you'd failed me. I just extolled the virtues of the Sodapult, and it failed me. There we go. Uh-oh. Sodapult is dirty. Oh, Sodapult's going down. Come on, buddy. One good pult for me. Oh, there we go. We got it. Let's see. What about this side? Oh, this one's got a bunch. Oh, man. So if you're just tuning in here today, we have this Mac SE, which is normally a really nice stable machine, but this one is giving me issues. We get codes that normally you would correspond to like bad RAM, and they're somewhat intermittent, and they change depending on the type of RAM that we put in. So I had hypothesized that it was these LS245 chips, because they are the bus transceivers that control a lot of the the data bus, or communicate across the data bus. We also tried this chip. We replaced that with the known good one. Did that first because that's easy. But then we moved on to these 257s. These are the multiplexers. But that also was not the problem. So now what the heck? Well, actually, I mean, sometimes the Retro Chip Tester Pro says things are fine that are not. So we're going to put some 257s on from a different board that we know are good. So that's our next step. Did I already scope the output of the CPU? No, I have not applied the oscilloscope to this board. Probably should have done that first. That, like if you watch an Adrian video, that's the right way to do it. I was doing it the low-tech way, but yeah, that's probably the way we should have done it. Uh-oh, my soldering tip is starting to bend. That is never a good sign. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I've been doing too much soldering. Look at this thing. Can you see that? What the heck? Adam Baranek says, this is more fun. All right, bud. I like that kind of enthusiasm. It's a feature, not a bug, Jeff. Is that what you're saying about my soldering tip bending? Oh, that's good. So I'm just making sure that these things are pressed all the way up against the board before I go and do all of the leads. Okay, so we're all the way up against the board. Now it's rapid soldering time. Oh my God, I haven't cleaned my tip in too long. Gutbomb might disown me as a friend. Oh, look at this. We're gonna do this whole chip without cleaning the tip. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. People are gonna be angry. Unsub, unsub. There it is. I knew it was coming. If I could just get things in focus. The good news is if we wind up pulling the CPU out of this thing and it's the CPU, then we can install one of those mini performers that HKZ designed. It's a lot easier to install those with your CPU removed. Flux should be so thick that you can barely see the board underneath. You like that? That's quality. There you go. Where are we at? There we go. That's nice, thick. That's why I love this old flux. This is ancient Kester solder. Got so much flux in it. It just makes everything flow. No matter how dirty your tip is, your solder will still flow like a champ. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna steal these 257s off of this Mac Plus board that I've previously socketed almost everything. Gutbomb asks an excellent question. Has anyone found a 68,000 socket that doesn't cost an insane amount of money? And the answer is no. I have not been able to find a good place. Oh my god, I soldered that socket crooked. Oh well, we are gonna live with that because that's how today is. I don't feel like dealing with that. So while I don't like precision sockets, the easiest way that I've found of, oh, now my little drawer's stuck. Come here, little drawer. The easiest way I've found of making sockets for 68,000 processors is by using just a row of precision pin headers. They work fine once, and then if you take the processor back out, it will never seat properly again. So it's cost effective, but not the greatest. Okay, 257. I thought we had found it. Oh my gosh, I was fooled by my own stupidity. All right, let's try these other 257s in 3, 2, 1. We got chime. Oh, we still got errors. Ah, dang it. So what else could it be? Like, it can really only be the processor at this point. Yeah, I checked these resistors, they were fine. I haven't checked all these resistors, but I don't think that's as important. Alright, so... Are the RAM sockets okay? No broke solder joints? Let's take a closer look at that. I mean, I assumed that they were fine, but let's take a closer look at our RAM sockets. Man, if that's the reason, I'm gonna feel really stupid. Let's look in the microscope. Let's look a little closer at things. Make sure there's no like giant chunks of corrosion on anything. Yeah, we got a little dog hair in the socket, but yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Sockets like having some dog hair. These sockets look totally fine. Totally fine. Let's look at our down here. Make sure there's no weird cracked solder joints or anything. No, that's fine. That all looks beautiful down there. All right. Well, here we go. We are gonna remove this processor. We are gonna try a more different processor in here. We're gonna just go for it. At the very least, we're gonna have a board with a socketed processor, sort of. All right, let's go for it. Let's go nuts. Let's desolder this processor. Maybe we can make that a thing, like Adrian says. Deoxit that socket. Let's desolder that processor. So you can find relatively cheap, what are these, 68 pin sockets, but they're the wrong pitch. These are, I think 1.54 millimeter or 2 millimeter, or I forget what it is. These are 2.54. Whatever these are, that's wrong. I bought these. These are wrong. Don't get those. The twist and pull method. There you go. Yeah, you should not use the twist and pull method on your processor. I mean, is there anything else I'm missing that's like obvious? Like it's like these are the things that are that like control it. The processor, these two chips, or these four chips, and this guy. Like that is all this board is. This is all like serial stuff, the sound chip, like yeah, no. There's our SCSI. Like this board is so simple. Just run a little Dremel right along the pins. I think we will not. I think we will not. What time is it? Oh, we got to be mindful. If the twist and pull method will work on anything if you twist and pull hard enough. Yeah, that was something I did not mention. Thanks for bringing that up, Steve. I did swap the ROMs with other systems. It seems like the ROMs are making good contact with their pins. Oh, I should have asked someone to time me. How long does it take to remove a 68,000 processor in DIP format? Oh, that one's a ground. Why couldn't it have just been the 245s? This would have gone so much better if it had just been the 245s. Oh, there's stuff falling off of my desoldering gun. Good. Okay, I think we're at the 3/4 mark. Oh, man. The gentle sounds of the Moo gun to help you through your day. Gonna need to clean my desoldering gun again. Okay, that's all of those desoldered. There's still a lot of solder in some of those pins. We're gonna do a little mod here. Take off of our nozzle on our desoldering gun. So we need to spread the heat out on this guy. Again, be patient. Be patient if you do this job. Don't expect everything's gonna melt right away. And spread the heat out. You're gonna notice this thing is probably gonna warp as we're desoldering this. Try to keep your heat spread out as much as possible. But again, there are places where you're going to have some ground. Your processor is connected to the ground and power planes that's going to kind of just suck up that heat and make it way harder at those places. I'll try to focus on one side at a time on this one. This will probably be the time where we lose power. Sorry, this is very precarious and hard to make sure that I try to keep it in frame. Started moving. Okay, so that side is pretty good. Then we come to this side. Do all that over again. Hey, Rodville. Hello, Lazy Blue Goat. Yeah, I thought this would be a fun, weird issue to work on, and I thought it would be an easier fix. But so far, we've found out that it's not the main BBU chip or whatever the heck it's called on this one. It's not the LS245s and it's not the LS257s. So now we're gonna just pull the processor and see if it's the processor. If I were smart, I would have just played on the oscilloscope and tried that first. But no, we're doing it the Big Bad Biologist way. We're doing it the wrong way. Doing it my way. Shall I sing? The shotgun method, as Callan says, yes. Okay. Whew. Getting there. We're almost there. What was it, 220? When we started this part of this project. It's now 231. And it's out. Oh, it's out. Hey, Sloopy. Okay. Our processor is out. Whew. What a process. All right. Let's see. What did I miss? Hello, Lazy Blue Goat, and hello, Bacchus. Who else did I miss? Rodville, hello. All right. Let's see what it looks like under the microscope. And we're going to do one of those terrible. I'll show you how this will be fun. Actually, no, before we go to the microscope. Where is it? Gut bomb. When I say you can use the precision sockets, this is a way to make those precision sockets work better on processors. I think this one's actually a bad processor, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's check our holes here. So we gotta make sure these are nice and clean so that we can put in our makeshift socket. Pocket says, now you say better. Yeah, maybe I need one of Kai's reloaded boards. I was like, why would anyone ever need a SE reloaded board? Yeah. Solder pult needs to be cleaned so bad. Keep going, buddy. You can do it, solder pult. Oh, yeah. Keep going, buddy. Okay, now we've officially removed the processor. Okay. All right. Oh, actually. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our position headers. Hopefully I have enough. Would have been nice to know before I decided to do this technique. All right, yeah. Do here. So there. I've got a piece of tape that's getting in my way. All right, so we need to make sure we get enough of these guys. That's good. There's stuff in the way. Oh, you know what I could do? That. And that. Okay, now we got these to the right length. Oops, sorry, you were missing that. Again, I'm going to use my pliers here just to put a little bit of pressure. And I'm going to just hit like 4 along the way here. So we'll do 1 here, and we'll do 1 here, and we'll do 1 there. These are very bendy, and so it is very easy to get them not seated properly. I think I'm going to hold off on doing that one for a second. Let's do this there and there. Okay, now I'm going to press it directly from the back. Make sure that we're seated up all nicely there. Okay. There. Sorry, this isn't in focus. It's hard to do this one in focus. Okay. There. Be in focus in just a moment. Okay. So I think we are basically set up pretty well. Okay. I'm gonna grab one of my HKZ processors. Go back to here. And so what I'm gonna do, I can see already that I don't have that like perfectly 90 degrees. So we're gonna do this. Plug these in, that'll help get it lined up. Probably should have done that first. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. Okay, so that's all in there now. So that's going to make sure those are nice and aligned while we put the rest of these, do the rest of this soldering. We got to work quickly here. Oh, it's already 2:39. We got to move, people. This is going to be the last thing we do today. I had not expected to go this long. I thought it was going to be easy. That just proves how little I actually know. Should I do the whole socket without cleaning my tip? Oh my gosh. 68 pins. No tip cleaning. I might cause a riot on the internet. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, anyone notice if I missed a pin? Okay, time to clean the tip because that was starting to even bother me. Whew! Oh, that was bad. I'm just gonna reflow all these real quick just to make sure. Oh, this will be hilarious if it gives me the exact same error. That would be so much fun. Then we would have to resort to doing it the right way, looking at traces, looking at activity. Yeah, it's nice to have different size solders. Let's go back to here. Okay. I think I broke a resistor. Let's make sure that I didn't actually break the resistor. Yeah, these are all the same. Okay, so what is that? 3.2 kilo ohms. 3.2 kilo ohms. Okay, so there's a little chip on the side, but that's good. All right, here we go. Let's try this guy out. So, for those of you that don't know, this is HKZ's Mini Performer Plus. It's basically a clone of something that Kai Robinson cloned, a Performer Plus 68030 accelerator, but he made it tinier. HKZ made it tinier. All right, here we go. Oh no, we got to put RAM in this thing. Put RAM in the thing. Yeah, I believe this solder is from like 1994. I used this as a kid while I was working on my RC cars. Okay, now it's time. 3, 2, 1. Chime. Same error, same error. It was not the processor. Dang. Dang. Adam Bareneck asks if I was a LOSI or team associated. I was always a LOSI person growing up. And actually, a few years ago, I got back into cars and raced for a little while. This is the most recent one I have. I forget what this one is, the 5. Let's put this in there. Uh-oh, I just heard something drop out. Does that mean we lost stuff? No. Okay, we're okay. This motherboard hates me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's okay. We will figure it out eventually. Let's put a regular 68030 in here that has its precision. Don't want to force these. Definitely don't want to force these. You can see this is all perfectly lined up. Everything just fits in there so nice. I think this processor was bad. Yeah. It's bad, bro. Yeah, that's a bad processor. That's what that looks like. So, cool, sort of. It's all right. Now, once this board works, it's going to be ready for a 68030 upgrade. So, you know, it was all worth it. Okay, we're going to end this stream here. If I figure out what's wrong with this, I'll post on social media. This Saturday's noon stream, we are going to do a Macintosh 2CI repairathon. So these are the 2 boards that Bacchus sent me. These have been through the ultrasonic cleaner. You can see how nice they look now. We've lost some stuff. There's chips that have gone away, so we gotta put these guys back together. And then I have 2 more that I got from eBay that are in similar states of disrepair. So yeah, we're gonna work on those. Try to see how many 2CI boards we can get going, and the case is in the Retro Bright right now, so we'll see what that looks like come Saturday. So definitely come back and check out 2CI repair on Saturday. As always, Saturdays at noon Eastern. And have a lovely rest of your week, y'all. Trina will be streaming in about 10 minutes. Definitely go check that out. She got a couple computers today that need to be checked out. And don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to hop on Trina's stream and work on, she's going to be working on a XT motherboard, and I will work on the Commodore PC20 XT motherboard at the same time, because that thing has been frustrating the heck out of me, and it's okay to curse on Trina's streams. So if you want to see me curse, make sure to check out Trina's stream tomorrow. All right, have a lovely rest of your week, y'all. And as we always say here at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself.